Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Once again, we are here with you all with your favorite show, The Purple Book, a quiz show. And today's Purple Book is very special because today we are going to ask the questions about reptiles, and this topic was given to us by the students. Mr. Yasir Malik from UK is with us. Yasir, how are you and how's the weather over there?
Ma'am, good morning, first of all. And yes, it's Children's Day today. So a very joyous occasion for children. And in fact, not just children, when this day arrives, something inside me awakens the child inside me. And I just start feeling myself back again in my school days. So yeah, a special day. And the weather here is not very exciting, to be honest, because it's now cloudy and dreary. The sun comes up at around 8 in the morning, sets around 4 in the afternoon. So by 5 o'clock, I can see the stars in the sky.
So the days are too short.
In winters, they are short, and they are getting shorter and shorter. They are still getting shorter. So by the time of around Christmas, we will have sunrise around 8:30 to 8:45, and the sun would set around the 3:30.
Oh, so that's really exciting and lovely also.
It's a
No, for the
different
people
world
who are
indeed.
not there, it is exciting. But the people who are living there, it's quite difficult to
Of
manage.
course, yes, that's why people just run away from this place in the month of December. They just want to, but this year is a different year, so they are just restricted in their own places. Yeah.
So Yasir, today is a very special day. We have Diwali today, so wish you all happy Diwali. And secondly, today is Children's
Oh, yes,
Day.
ma'am. Happy Diwali and
So
happy Diwali to all the
yes,
participants also and their families. Yeah.
and today is Children's Day, so I wish happy children to all my lovely kids. But before that, let me announce that today we are going to have special program for the children at 4:30. I request them to kindly join us because at 4:30 we are going to have a special program for the children, and teachers are going to do different items for them, and it's going to be very entertaining. If you have time, you can also join us. And then I'm going to give two special gifts to the children in that
Aha.
special program. So I request
Wow.
everybody to join us in that program. So Yasir, without taking much time, I request you to kindly start on describing the reptiles so that we can continue with our quizzing.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So as I was saying, the winter months here get really, really hard and harsh. The days are shorter, and some of us want to sneak away. And when you talk about sneaking away, it is that feeling of the image of a snake comes into our mind, which can just burrow itself or worm itself way out from a place. And so a snake is is a reptile. And when we say a reptile, there are a lot of things that come into our mind. But what actually are reptiles? What is it that sets them apart from other animals like birds or mammals or even amphibians for that matter? It's an exciting topic. But if you think about a few reptiles, the ones that should come to your mind immediately are snakes, are crocodiles, are tortoise. These are the animals that should come to one's mind immediately when one thinks of reptiles. And then there are certain characteristics associated with reptiles. Okay. For example, these reptiles mm, almost all of them lay eggs, and these eggs hatch. So they perform what is known as vivipary, which is the laying of eggs to bring about their young ones. And the other part of these reptiles is that they are these cold-blooded animals. So, unlike humans, their metabolism does not make sure that they remain, the body remains warm. For warmth, they have to go to a place wherein they can receive warmth. So, for example, more sunny places. So I become more like or we become here in UK, rather cold-blooded animals akin to cold-blooded reptiles in the months of December, where it just, or in winter months, we just want to escape to some place where we can receive some warmth. And then, of course, these reptiles also have scales on their body, or some of these reptiles also have, if not scales, then their bodies have skins which are appendaged, so they don't lose much water when they are in the sun. And uh, these reptiles also, um, besides this, they have sometimes these also have the scaly skins, but sometimes the skin can be very, very, very rough, like that of a crocodile. Imagine touching a crocodile. It's more like touching a thorny plant or a trunk of an old tree. It's hard. It's really hard, and it's harsh, and it's rough. That's the skin of a crocodile. And then, of course, these reptiles are vertebrates, so they have backbones, and but and or these reptiles also have lungs through which they breathe. So and you must have seen a snake has nose, and snake has a spine running around, and so does a crocodile. Okay, so these have noses, these have lungs through which they breathe, and they have scales on their skin, and the study of reptiles is known as herpetology. So people who study reptiles are called herpetologists, and uh, but it is just wonderful to see how reptiles, different kinds of reptiles, are in nature. So if you go, of course, there's a variety of snakes that you can find, and these snakes, some are even adapted to camouflage, so they can turn their skin different colors and different shape just because they want themselves not to be attacked by their by animals, by different animals. And similarly, there are other reptiles which have different adaptations. So there are variety of reptiles, and I just sometimes want you to open some wonderful books which have these very colored pictures of reptiles, and you would find that how many and how different types of reptiles have live in different places of the world. So of course we have turtles, we have tortoise, we have lizards, we had some reptiles which are long dead, which are extinct, like dinosaurs. They were a family of lizards. They were reptiles. So very many reptiles that are out there, but and of course, yes, I almost forgot about it. And a very important feature of these reptiles is that uh, they shed their skin. So they shed their skin at some parts of the year, and new skin comes up. So you must have known that snake comes out of its burrow and sheds skin, and that shedding of skin, and new skin comes in, and that shedding of that scaly skin, that slimy skin, once it loosens, snake gains new skin, and that basically marks the coming of a new year for uh, for the snake. And that's how probably reptiles keep the dates of their birthdays. So on that note, I would just leave you with the information about reptiles, and I'm looking forward to a really exciting round of quiz. A lot of participants today, and I think you guys are going to smash it like every time. So over to you, ma'am, now for starting the quiz.
Okay, thank you very much, Yasir. And it was like quite explanatory in nature, and the children must have heard, and they are ready to now attempt the quiz. or even play the quiz. I must use the word play the quiz because they enjoy
Play the
it.
quiz. Play
Yeah.
the quiz. Yes, ma'am. Or
So let's start.
many of them are ready to smash the quiz, isn't it?
Yes.
So yes,
And
before that, before we start, of course, you all know that you have to download this quizzes app, and ma'am would provide you with a code, that passcode. Once you enter that passcode, you would be ready to play the quiz.
so here we go.
Uh, do they
Yes,
know
just
what the code is? Okay.
yes, the code is on the screen now, 428878. This is your code. And even I'm going to copy this link so that it will
Yeah,
be
and you can
easy for
put it
them
in the
to.
chat box
Yeah.
so that people know what that link is, and I can punch.
Yes.
Now, children are asking what will be the ID for Children's Day celebration. Will it be the same ID
Same,
that
same.
they...
We are going to continue with the same.
Okay, brilliant. So it will be the same ID. They don't need, you don't need a different ID for the next program. You just can stay tuned. Mm-hmm. 428878. I'll punch it here. 4288 428878 is the quiz ID. This is the quiz ID. 428878. So once they start popping in, which is one of my favorite weekly sounds now, that pop-up sound where I see they jumping in just with the excitement. I just try to imagine them rushing with the excitement to a nice round of quiz. And
I'm more excited for the Children's Day celebrations. You know, there are teachers going to
oh yeah,
sing, they
of
are
course.
going
So
to
yeah, yeah.
play, they
So
are going to have
it will be
Antakshari.
definitely very
Yes.
interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Uh,
Okay, so I think now we should start. Uh, but there are 24 participants, and I can see only 17 have joined them. 17 of them have joined it. If there is any issue, any problem, you are not able to join, you please just let us know. You write in the chat box, we'll get back to you. But we
mhm.
want maximum participation, so everybody must
Come on,
participate.
kids. Come on. Join everyone. It will be interesting. Just challenge yourself with the knowledge that you have about reptiles. Of course, I've discussed quite a few points, and it's just about how much you remember. But yes, as ma'am said, uh, join as many as you can,
So,
and
so now just 18. What about six more?
six more.
Where
We
are
need
they?
six more. There are 24 participants, and we need the rest of them also to join.
If they have any technical issues, you please just let us know.
Yeah, this is the code. The code is there. Zaid Muhammad is asking what is the code. It is 428878. 428878 is the code. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the code. Right.
So now let me
That's
see. Yes, now 19 of them are there. I think we can start the quiz.
19.
Yes.
Okay, with 19 we can start. Right. Okay, so the Purple Book quiz on the topic of reptiles on the day of Children's Day is here in front of you. And my first question to you is, what are the examples of reptiles? A, is it lizards and snake? Is it B, turtles and cars? C, dolphins and worms? or D, frog and newts? Okay, now the next question is the second question. Why do turtles pull their head underneath the shell? Is it to protect themselves? Is it to see better, to eat food, or to swim better? And the third question is, reptiles lay their eggs on land or in water? The fourth question, how do reptiles warm themselves up? You have to answer that. Is it by moving into shade, or is it by speeding up their metabolism? Or the third option is it basking in the sun? Or option D, which is crawling into an underground burrow. Okay. The fifth question, most reptiles have what kind of skin? A, is it smooth, soft, or is it B, scaly, or is it C, a hairy skin? And the sixth question is, do reptiles have gills? Do reptiles have gills? You have to answer yes or no. And the seventh question is, which is not a characteristic of reptile? Warm-blooded, dry, rough skin covered with scales, or do they have lungs? Or option D, they breathe in air using their gills. The eighth question, which of these is a reptile? You have to answer. The options are toad, turtle, frog, and newt. The ninth question is a reptile cold-blooded or warm-blooded. You have to tell either it's cold-blooded, warm-blooded, neither or both. Okay. The 10th question, which reptiles can shed their skin? Your options are turtles and fish, lizards and frogs, lizards and snakes, and humans and birds. Right, I'm pretty sure many of you are gonna smash this quiz. I have a good feeling about this. Anyways, moving forward, 11th question. Most reptiles have what kind of skin? I think we covered that. Crocodile skin is a very dash and dash, and you have to tell what would come in those blank spaces. Smooth, rough, soft, dry. Okay, those are your options. Moving forward, 13th question. Is a snake more closely related to earthworm or a frog? Oh, you can tell this. You can tell this, I'm sure. Which of these animals is a reptile? Is it a toad? Is it a turtle? Is it a frog? Is it a newt? This question has come up earlier, so it's a repetition. Which is not a reptile? Again, there are four options like alligator, salamander, lizard, turtle. You have to answer that. Aquatic reptiles live most of their lives in the air, in the water, on the ground. You have to answer that. Okay. So, and how many bones are in an alligator backbone? You have to tell that. About 36, 66, or 206. And there's a picture given to you. So either you can count or you can take a guess. Or some of you might even know. Mhm. Ah, and then the 18th question. Most reptiles do not, and you have to answer A, take care of their babies, B, have scaly skin, or C, breathe with lungs. Okay. And the question next, which is coming to you, is how are snakes different from reptiles? Snakes have two-chambered heart, they have no legs, they have moist skin, or they do not have lungs. Right. With that, you have the 19th question. I'm pretty sure how snakes are different from reptiles was the 19th questions. The 20th question is, which is true about the difference between reptiles and tortoises? You have to tell. That's an easy one. The 21st, and of course, you have options, which are turtles eat mostly small rodents, tortoises live on land, turtles live on land, or tortoises don't have ribs. Uh-huh. And this, I think there is one bit that is remaining about the 21st. We have two more questions to go, 21 and 22nd question. The 21st question is the four different orders of reptiles. Oh ho, this is a challenging one. Let's see how many of you can can come through this one. I'm looking. This is a challenging. The four orders of reptiles are crocodilla, in which there are a crocodilla, squamata, anura, anapoda, which, and then again you have crocodiles, lizards, tortoises, and turtles, or tortuaras, turtles, tortoises, and frogs. This is a challenging one. Let's see how many of you can do this one correctly. Okay, and with that, I think I'm gonna just read the last question, the 22nd question, which is, which reptile was your favorite? You have to write that on a piece of paper. I don't think I need to give you options for that, but you still have options. I have to read it out. It is crocodiles, tortoises, squamata, and turtles and tortoises and tortoises. So crocodiles and alligators, tortoises, uh, uh, lizards and snakes, and turtles and tortoises. Right. So you have to come up with those answers. And
So Yasir, let me just announce one thing, that today there are children from the Explorer Academy. They are also attempting this question, and
oh, okay,
they should be informed that since they are small kids and the questions are quite high, so for them qualifying marks we have kept 50 marks. So
right,
if they are
okay,
scoring 50%, so they all will be qualified.
good, ma'am.
While others, it is out of 100, but for these kids, since they are small kids, so it's just 50%. If they score 50%, it means they are doing great.
I'm pretty sure that many of them would do a lot more
Yeah.
than 50%.
And somebody has already announced that I am first without even stopping the quiz. Let's see that if this person
Ma'am,
who
I
is
think
claiming to be the first
that
is really first.
that he or she would just be might be following what the way I was reading the question. So if he or she was just answering based on what I was reading and not on the app, then I think they are justified in calling themselves first or second. But I read the questions that are there on the quizzes app. So if you go to the quizzes app, you would find the same questions that I have read. I just read them out so that you guys just have the questions read out in front of you like in any quiz show. Okay.
So
But
here we can see most of them have already done. 19 out of 29 have completed.
mhm.
So we have to just give them 5 minutes more.
Right, right. Yeah, we will give them 5 more minutes.
We can see some of them have just joined. They came late.
They came late, but they would finish early. Sometimes you do that.
Yeah, 20 out of 30 have already completed.
Brilliant, brilliant. So there are 30 participants today. That's a good number.
Yeah.
That's a very good number. Children's Day is a good day. Huh.
Maybe they are more attracted towards Children's Day and they are waiting for 2 gifts that I have already announced. That today, on behalf of JAHAN-E, I am going to give them 2 gifts. And
Great,
those
ma'am.
2 gifts are really wonderful gifts too for them.
Mhm.
Because I love children very much and I want to do many things for the children. Although I am unable to do a few things due to my limitations, but I have intentions of doing. And I believe that if you have
And
good
that
intention,
is what counts, ma'am. I know I've Since when have you known me? You have known me when I was much like one of these kids, 7 years of age. Yes. So in the last 3 decades that you have known me and I have known you, I've seen you showering all your love and all your, uh, time and your gifts as well on us children. And yeah, so that's no different. So, kids, I think it's going to be a very exciting time for you in the next slot. Children's Day has its rewards. Very good.
So now let us stop this quiz. Already we have given them enough time.
Mhm.
And then let's see that who's going to be the topper. And here we go. Asfareen, Irshad, and then Nikhil and Aditya. Congratulations.
Very good, toppers.
Congratulations. Yes, congratulations
Aspareen,
to the
Nikhil,
toppers.
and Aditya. Aditya and Nikhil are definitely two very, very common winners on this show. But Asfareen is a new face, I
New
guess.
name today. Yes, new
Yes.
addition for today. Now, shall I request all these three toppers to kindly share the screen with us, switch
Come,
on their
guys,
video.
come join us and
Yes,
unmute
Aditya,
yourself,
Nikhil, and
turn on your
Asfareen.
cameras, and we want to see you.
And then after that, we can show the performance of all the students so that they should know that where they stand.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Asfareen and Nikhil and Aditya. Come on, guys, don't be shy. You have done well. You deserve a bit of a clap.
Okay. Now see, this is the result. Let's start from the junior. There were 30 participants.
But ma'am, it could be possible that they were still doing the quiz, that they joined late and they couldn't finish the quiz and their time got over, isn't it?
Oh, that's true, but that's true. But what
Yeah,
to
yeah, of
do?
course. They have to join in time.
Somewhere we have to have the time limit. We have to
Yes.
start at certain point. Although the time was given 4 o'clock, we started little late because it's my um, problem that it just missed from my mind. So, anyways, we started
I
at
agree, ma'am. I
4:15.
agree. Yes,
So
of
if
course,
we
they
are
should have
going to
joined
see
on
the
time.
score, Asfareen Irshad is on 100% and Nikhil is on 100%. Aditya is on 95%, while Zanul is on, what I am seeing, Zanul is also on 100%?
Yes, but
Yes, wonderful.
okay. So actually, the toppers are Asfari, Nikhil, and Zanul, and
Yes.
Aditya with uh, oh, but could it be that Zanul joined a little late? That's why he has not been. But then,
Anyways, now let us see the report from here because this report is going to give us accurate result.
mm-hmm.
So this result shows that there are 31 participants and Asfareen and Nikhil and Zanul. These
Zanul,
three are
these three
100%
are.
scorer.
Mhm.
Yes, while Aditya is on
Aditya has
95%.
just missed by one question. Aditya, you
Yeah.
have just missed the third position by one question.
And Insha Kulsum on 82%, Miraj on 77%, Khazer on 73%, Faisal Jamil 68, Muhammad Ammar 77. I'm very happy for Muhammad Ammar. He has 77. He's in grade 5, he belongs to junior
Oh,
category. He's still
wow.
77. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And Muhammad Ali Faisal 73, Zikra Farheen 73, then Muhammad Munib we can see on 73, and
Wow.
Laiba, I think she missed some certain questions, 64, and then Sarah, and then Insha and Munib and all others are there. They all are somewhere around 50
I'm very happy,
to
ma'am, that at
percent.
least
Yes.
they are attempting these questions, and certainly quite a few questions here are a little challenging for some of them. But the fact that 3, 4, 5 of them come out with such high scores and and flying color just takes my breath away. And I think we're having Asfareen here with us. Asfareen, turn on your camera and unmute yourself and talk to us.
Yes, Asfareen, how do you feel?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. You are the topper. Congratulations.
Well
Thanks,
done,
ma'am.
Asfareen. Well done.
How do you feel? Just please tell us.
I am feeling very good.
Feeling very good? That's very
Yes,
good.
that's really good that you are
But
feeling
you
good.
know, I